Hey everybody, doing another live video, another getting out of debt journey video, because we got a check in the mail today. It wasn't much, it was like 50 bucks. But that signified to us, and I called and confirmed that we paid off another debt today.
And the reason why, it doesn't make sense. How did we not know that we paid off a debt? Because we're using a debt consolidator. So they take a shit ton of money out of our account every month and they distribute it throughout all of our debt. So randomly, we'll get like a $20 check here because they paid 20 too much, or we'll get a receipt or something like that. Today we happen to find out that one of my old credit cards was paid off. So we're going to mark it off, right? It's number 12 on our list. So there it goes. It is gone. Applied Bank, suck it.
Woohoo!
It is gone. So.
And actually, even though we have this, it's not a consolidation loan, if that's what you're wondering.
Not a consolidation loan.
It's a financial management plan, is what
you guys
they
remember
call it.
Care One?
Maybe.
Care One, maybe you've seen the commercials, hey, I got out of debt using Care One or something like that. Well, we didn't use any kind of loan. What they do is they just take a bunch of our money and basically keep the creditors off our backs and let them get paid. And it kind of forces you into paying these bills that you wouldn't I can maybe just take a little bit here, I won't pay here, and I won't pay there, and then next thing you know, you're back in debt. So these guys are like, no, we're taking the money, and that's how it's going to be, until you tell them not to. So we've just been responsible and not telling them not to.
So we actually have two debt snowballs going, because we have that one, so every time we pay off a debt, we roll that up to the next debt to be paid off. And then we also have ones that aren't included. We have a bunch of others, ones that aren't included in that management plan that we have been paying on our own and doing it. Because when we signed up, we made a whole lot less as a household.
Yeah.
And so they basically say, okay, this is what you can afford to pay every month, and we'll do what we can with all of these to pay whatever debts. So.
Right.
Not all of
and
our
not only
debts
that, but not all creditors will accept their terms either. Because some of them will just say, no, we want it all, or we want this, or we want that. You guys get those calls from the guy who's all like your buddy, your friend. Hey, this is Brian. Give me a call back at 1-800 da 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 da. Really? I have a buddy that has a 1-800 number. I'm calling you back. Well, it keeps those guys from being on your phone 24/7. So I will recommend a debt consolidation payment plan, but I don't recommend a consolidated
Don't get a loan.
A loan is, you're just getting into more debt again. And I mean, if you guys don't know, our system, our capital, it's okay. Our capitalistic system was built on debt. So the more money we get, the more debt we're in. So don't get into debt. Don't need it. Don't want it. Don't do it. So, anyways, we were able to at least get rid of Applied Bank.
Woo-hoo.
And, that was only been on there for a couple of years, but still, nonetheless, it's gone. And
we only have, I think we only have 3 debts left with that management plan.
Right.
And
but we do have one. I will tell you guys out there, I am not going to slander Financial One, or whatever it's called.
One Main
Financial. I am not dogging them.
I will. Fuck them.
No, I am not going to slander them, but I will tell you that, man, they offer you a loan and it takes you 5 years to pay it back, but they have nothing but interest. And you borrow $1,000,
it's not
you pay
slander
back $3.
if it's true.
If you borrow $1,000, you pay back $3.
I make $180 payments to them every month, and like $140 of it goes to interest.
Right.
I'm not even making it's like a $6,500 loan, and it makes like no dent in it. So
right. None.
And they're in our financial management plan. So I'm going to work with it's actually money management now. So we're going to work with them to see if we can't get them to kind of maybe revisit that and see if they can't do something about the interest, because it's ridiculous. It's the same thing. It's like a bigger version of like the stupid payday loans.
Money Tree.
Like Money Tree and Advance America and all that. Checking the cash.
Being a leaf on the Money Tree is a bad
Oh,
thing.
such crap. They pay. They charge you legally. They can get away with it.
368%. 368% they can charge you. So if you borrow $750, you pay back $980.
They straight up are taking advantage of the poor.
There's no way to get around these guys. And every week that you keep going in there and you're like, well, shit, I can't take this money out because I have to pay these bills. So you get behind, you keep getting more and more and more and more behind. And the next thing you know, 16 years later, they tell you, oh, hey, by the way, you got a fucking debt. What?
That's him, not me.
Ah!
I mean, I know we're married, but technically that was from before we were together.
That was back in 2000. I went in there today because I was going to pull the money off of, cash that check that they sent us because I don't have a bank account. I'm not responsible enough.
That's part of our financial situation.
I'm not responsible enough. The check was in my name. I had to go somewhere who somebody would cash it. Well, they brought up this bill that I've been going into the same one for the last year and pulling my Social Security off, and they haven't said shit to me. And then today they tell me, oh, hey, by the way, you have a bill from 2000. What? 16 years ago? Legally, I don't have to pay it. After 7 years, it drops away. So, do I go in there and be the responsible one and say, hey, here's the money? Or do I go in there and say, you know what, you can suck it. Just suck it hard. I tell you what, I will make you a deal. If I can teabag you every time I come in to make a payment, we'll do it.
So anyway, that was a nice surprise today. And then a not so nice surprise today. But honestly, they haven't been after the money for 16 years. They were like, well, we're really going to want to start having you make payments. And we're like, well, you haven't been missing this money so far. So exactly, Tim. Yeah, that's what I said. Well, I wasn't in there, but Gary probably did.
I did.
Tell him to fuck off.
Oh, yeah. Believe me. If anybody knows me on this page, I did not keep my mouth shut.
So anyway, we're not worried about that one. It was unfortunate to find out.
I think Bathe in Your Blood came out too. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah. We weren't, to me, it wasn't a big deal to find out about it. They're just another one that we'll eventually get to someday down the road.
Right.
But they're not burning up our balls to get paid. So, yeah. Yeah, I know. 7 years. It's not even on the credit report.
So basically it doesn't exist. It only exists with Money Tree. So technically if I take who was that guy? Who was that philosopher? Descartes, who said that nothing exists until you acknowledge its existence. I'm just not going to acknowledge. I'm not going to acknowledge its existence. Yeah. Then it's gone.
Yeah.
What? I got a bill somewhere? Huh?
Right. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to just relish in the fact that we surprisingly paid one off that I thought we still had like $500 left on. So. Yay, us.
Right.
We're one step closer. Oh, I want to throw this in there while we're talking about the subject of money. So in September, I'm going to be running a Financial Peace University class, like an online thing. So it'll be kind of like a personal finance challenge group. So you all know that I do, fitness challenge group. So I'm going to be doing a financial one. So.
And I'm gonna cut in really quick. Okay, listen. Like I said, a lot of you guys that are on her page are actually on my page too. You guys see me every week on the bottom line. You see my videos. You see my spot videos. You see my spot videos. You see, all the things that I talk about. Listen, this guy, Dave Ramsey. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like him. I think he's a dick. But the reason why I think he's a dick is because he's right. He is absolutely 100% bazillion thousand
right. He's like the only person that's right more than I am.
Yeah. Every time I turn around, it's really, honestly, it's proven right over and over and over again. And us getting out of debt, that right there with all those red marks, that's because of Dave Ramsey. No lie. I'm not going to, I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm not going to be the one to pull out crap out of my mouth and just throw it at you. But her financial class that she was just talking about, it's through Dave Ramsey. I recommend it to everybody who can hear my voice right now.
And we're going to be going through it as I lead the class.
Yeah, I'm not going to it because
he's going to be doing it at home with me.
I tell you what, if 10 of you will go with, and you will private message her, so nobody knows who it is.
Before you finish, let me just say this. So the really cool thing about it is that it's going to be done. This is the first time. I'm one of the pilot instructors. It's going to be an online, so it's like a virtual class. So we don't even have to meet in person. Like the first time we might, if you're local, and we can Skype people in. But the rest of the 9 weeks is online. So
I will participate if 10 of you will private message her and tell her that you'll be there, and you'll be there because I'm going to count and I'm going to write down your name.
I'm working with the Dave Ramsey people to get my class set up.
Right.
So when I have the link and all that for you to register, then I will totally post the shit out of it.
Right. And don't be afraid. I know that, look, I grew up in the 90s. So in the 90s, the pyramids and all of the other guru people, all the shit that they talked about, Tim Robbins. And by the way, Tim Robbins is still a revered motivational speaker. He's amazing. But what I'm saying is I grew up in the time of, if you send me money, I will go and do this. The guy in the, or the guy in the question mark suit. or whatever. Yeah. Or the dollar sign suit, all that crap.
Now
okay.
You're confusing with the Riddler.
Yeah, I did. But anyways, my geek mind, sorry. But what I'm saying is this guy, Dave Ramsey, he doesn't have to go on TV and make all these commercials. Doesn't need to. He has a podcast. He has a couple of systems and some books. Never seen him in a commercial. He doesn't need it. Because I'm telling you, Dave Ramsey knows this system. He knows how to do and work around and make things you're paying shit off too. It's not like, like you're figuring out how not to pay.
And the emergency fund, like what a novel concept.
Yeah. So anyways, I know we've been going on about this whole Dave Ramsey thing. So
but I wanted to get the word out about class.
So again, you know what? See the Dave Ramsey thing. If you don't want to, then fine. I don't give a crap. But all I'm telling you is if you want to get out of debt and you want to get into your own stuff, then, listen to Dave Ramsey and control your own money. Then listen to Dave Ramsey. I'm a spender. I hate the guy because I want to spend all the money. I look at money as why is it there? It's there to spend.
But now we can spend it without being $500 overdrawn.
Exactly. So anyways, we're going to cut this off. And so we just wanted to share that out there. And I know this video went on and on and on.
11 minutes.
So 11 minutes, that's not too bad. So sorry guys for keeping you guys all tied up for 11 minutes. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys later, all right?
Next time.
Yep, bye.
Have a good weekend.